What is going on, you guys? It is Ariel here. Welcome back to the Gamers Respite. And today with me, I have Ray Apollo. He is marketing at Twitch. You know him, you love him. He's a streamer, he's a content creator. He does all of the above. He has two, I would have to say, by the way, adorable little ones, okay? You don't get to see them. I even go on tangents whenever I'm doing my intro. How have you been today?
Oh, see, I love it, but I've been doing really well. Thank you for asking. It was been a day of chasing these children, playing a little video game here and there, but other than that, it's been a good one. I would say a
Nice.
good end to the weekend. Yeah, yeah. But thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I am so excited to chat with you. I have to tell the audience that I had this realization actually before I invited you on, that it has been 7 years that we have been friends, and this is the first time that we are actually speaking face to face with one another.
I know, and I was telling you, I was like, the internet is this timeless tunnel where it's like, yes, we've been friends for this long, and it's like, well, yeah, obviously we know each other, but
Yeah,
it's like, have we sat
exactly.
down and talked? And no, but it's like we will eventually. Is
Yeah,
really what it
exactly.
usually is. We'll get there.
Exactly. And I feel like it's so cool to be able to have those kinds of friendships where you know they're solid, you know that they're always gonna be there for
Mhm.
you. Have you talked to them face to face or anything like that? No, but we'll get there.
Yep, we'll get there. That's just the life in the internet. It's like, once our lives intersect at that right point in time, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? The time has come. It is the end of 2025. The birds have
We
chirped.
made it.
The early bird has gotten now a storm, and it's time to discuss things that will either make people really, really happy with us, or they will want to slap us from the screen. So, getting into
But
the first topic that we're gonna dive into, I feel like it's without being said. I want to know your thoughts so desperately on this. Is the Game Awards? I think
ooh,
that was the most award show Game Awards I have ever seen, actually.
yes, like this was. I mean, and so to keep the record straight, I've been watching the Game Awards consistently since they started. Like that's just I've watched genuinely every single one. I've been to them, like in person, and yeah, that was definitely the most award showsy one that they've had, in terms of format, um, like just people invited and involved. Yeah, it definitely now screams we've jumped the shark. No pun
Oh
intended. Of
yeah.
like we have now hit the point where it is an awards show.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And
yeah,
I mean, Claire Obscura, Expedition 33 sweeping the competition was no surprise to me.
as it should have.
Um,
No
I,
surprise at
I,
all.
I actually have to admit I have not played it yet. I have it on my PC, but I still
Oh,
need to play it. I need to play it, and I'm gonna put
so
in like an entire review to it next year.
good because it's a game that I'm like, if you are a fan of RPGs or JRPGs, you appreciate them, and like it's one that you will really enjoy. And I remember when I saw Expedition 33 for the first time at that Microsoft one-off thing, and I saw that game and I was like, "Yep, that's gonna be the game for the year." For me, it was more because immediately the bells rang in my head of Lost Odyssey, and I'm a big, big, big fan of Lost Odyssey. Loved everything about that game, and when I saw that it just even like was just a shadow of a reminder of that, I was like, "Yep, got to play that." I mean, not to mention it also had a really, really, really interesting premise that I was like, well, of course, I might have to play that." So yeah, worth it. What did they say? The most winningest game at the Game Awards ever. So
Absolutely,
yes, worth
absolutely.
it.
And Ben Starr, reference picture here, doing his
You
iconic
know,
pose in the chair. I actually took that as a meme, and I posted my gaming backlog, looking at me like
yeah.
it's true. But it's so fun to see him do that, because and he is actually like one person I feel like would be so much fun to talk to, because he's just such a big, wonderful nerd at heart. Like his heart is just filled with just true nerdiness for the
And
gaming
he's so
culture.
talented. He's so talented. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing, and it looks like he's just genuinely having a good time the whole time. So yeah, I would love to talk with him.
Yeah, no, and that's like, oh my God, interview for 2026. I would absolutely love to do that. He's just, it's one of those things like him and Neil Newbon, just absolutely incredible
Yes.
voice actors. Oh my goodness gracious.
They just seem
Yeah,
like great people. Like just genuinely, you can look at some. Sometimes you can just look at people and tell they're good people. They seem like really good people from afar.
yeah, exactly. In a world of, people who are manipulative and cunning, be a Neil Newbon and, Ben Starr.
Yeah,
Seriously.
absolutely. I love that, and I love that for them. So I'm glad to see there are folks still out there like that that we do keep in the popular limelight because they deserve it.
They do. And so I am curious about something. When you saw the option that was on the website, vote here for Game of the Year, what was you, did you vote for Clair Obscur? Was there another title that took your heart?
Oh no, I definitely voted for Clear Obscure.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
Expedition 33 was absolutely my game of the year, and I don't get to play as many games as I used to, because there was a time where I was playing like 20 games. I was finishing, starting to finish 20 games a year. Um, I am now. It is now like five at, at best. But again, I got two small kids, a full time job, and other life to deal with. So it was like when I played and finished that, I was like, yeah, no. I sat down the controller and I would like to think, and this is not there's no spoilers, but I like to think that I even picked what is considered the bad ending, and I was like, this game nailed it. Like I loved all the beats that it hit. Yep. So no, I hit Claims Character in 33 for game of the year because I was like, it makes sense. All these other games, fine, but this game was the one for me.
Now it's gonna be kind of weird to say this because since I didn't play Clair Obscur, I picked Hades 2. That was not my personal game of the year because I
Also
wanted
up there
South
though.
of, yeah, I wanted South of Midnight to be up there because when I first played that game, that was my personal game of the year from the get go because of the lore, because of the mythology. Two Toe Tom, Hug and Molly, like this is all
It's
like Southern
it's in
culture.
my top
There's,
five. I love
it's
South of Midnight. South of Midnight,
like
man.
it's just the music. Like I need to geek out for a second actually because the
Please.
music whenever I mean like we're not gonna geek out this session. I when I heard the music I already fell in love because I'm a big music and psychology person when it comes to games. The way that in the final boss battle, it wasn't actually the final boss battle, but there was like the groups of bosses that you would face in clusters in the very last portion of the game, how the music to each hit would go like with the jazz music. And oh my God, it's just it's a brain tingling goodness whenever the music matches with the hits you put on the enemy.
It's
And
so
that to
good.
me is
Like
just so special.
and you, I feel like you said the right thing for this game. South of Midnight is just a special video game. It is so well done. It is so emotional in the ways that like you're ready for and that you're not ready for. There are moments that will make you uncomfortable, and I'm like, man, but it plays so well. The characters are like, and this is gonna sound like the really, really, really boring way of saying this. The characters are actual characters,
Yes,
believe it or
exactly. The
not.
real people. Like,
Yes, it's like I'm like, no, all of those characters are distinct from the other people in this game.
exactly.
And
And
I
that's not a
remember
boring
them.
way of saying it. That's a truism.
Yeah, and it's just you'll play other games and yes, they have characters, but they're all forgettable. Like I love all the characters that you run into in South of Midnight, and then the ones that you learn about, and I'm like, oh my god! Like some of the backgrounds of some of those characters, you're like, well, that just hurt me indefinitely. So
And it's so cool to be able to see the rich history that they embedded
mhm,
within the world of Southern culture. And it's so,
mhm,
like, not a lot of people are going to get the references right away to Hug and
right.
Molly, but it's referencing a woman in the South who died who would actually go up to small children and scream in their face. Like,
Mm.
it is one of those interesting things of where like you see a game so beautifully incorporate history as not a way to make it like this caricature of history, but to put the
Mhm.
actual points of what it's representing.
And also just respecting the culture. I mean, it does a fantastic job of respecting Black culture. Like, I don't know, did you see Sinners this year?
I didn't. It's on my to watch list, and I need to.
If you after playing this game, you deserve to like treat yourself to watching Sinners because it will give you the same feelings. in the way of like it does so good at respecting the culture and like telling a story that is built in this history or like this fictional history that makes sense for what it is, and it's very good. Like it is very
I'm so
good. It
excited
will
to see
give
it.
you when you watch Sinners, you will get South of Midnight vibes. You will see the DNA, and it's lovely. So
It's
yes, look
excited.
forward to that.
That makes me so excited because for whenever I was going into the review of South of Midnight, a lot of people, since obviously since I got sent a free code from Compulsion, they were like, "Oh, but of course she's gonna like it. She got a free code." It's like, no, this game, you literally don't understand how much of a history person I am. Whenever people incorporate history the right way into it, this is why this is why we have DEI, actually. This is why
Hmm.
DEI exists, okay? This is why you want to incorporate things, incorporate teams, incorporate history, music, culture, whatever it is, the right way. You get the correct team in there in order to be with you through the get go of the production of the game, in order to make those things lasting and important. TED
Yeah,
Talk
and they
over.
and they did and they did that. They did that very well. So, and I'll be forever thankful because genuinely, and I mean, well, and I guess also more people get to experience it soon because it's coming out on the other platforms. I don't remember when they said, but I was very happy to hear that it's coming out on other platforms, and I can't wait to buy it again. So,
South of Midnight is also going to be a great reference point for your daughter because she gets to see someone
yes.
who looks like her in a video game be strong and beautiful and courageous and act on the things that she wants to do in life. And that's a great motivator for kids.
It is, and that's actually been really that's been a really cool thing as being a parent now. Actually, is there have been far more opportunities for her to get into things that have strong women leads than they would have when like compared to when we were growing up. Like it's been so cool. Like I mean, and just for the example, because it is the large example, it was like K-pop Demon Hunters was huge for her, and I love that because I'm like, this is three like women. This is led by three women, and I'm like, there's nothing else for them to think about. It's like that's what they see. They get to see them be strong. They get to see them be vulnerable. They get to see them like be talented. I'm like, yes, I love this. This makes me so happy because I'm like, this is just what you're seeing, and it's important because I always tell folks if you can't see it, you can't be it. And that was a lot of us. There was a lot of things for us for a long time when we were growing up. It took a long time for us to get to see people, that look like me in starring in like prominent heroic roles. That's the difference. So I love that for them now.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see because I feel like in that aspect, culture has come such a long way since the early 2000s and 90s. Like, I even remember, like, my first video game I ever played was Resident Evil 1 Remake in 2003. And I remember, like, when I would go and I would talk about Resident Evil with, like, my friends and everything, they would be like, why are you playing that? That's a guy's game. And I'm like, but that's the game that I like and I play. And you would like it's so surprising now how it shifted and morphed into where like yeah, there have always been female gamers. There have always been kids who wanted to see people act out their character and voice different characters and everything. But now we get to see that.
Hmm. Yep.
So it's really
Uh,
really beautiful.
so I mean, yeah, in certain ways we have come a long way. In a lot of ways we have gone backwards. But
It's quite the kick in the
uh,
fanny, huh?
uh-huh, uh-huh.
It's just all we can do, you guys. It's not that it's funny, haha. It's funny
Like,
like, oh, what are you gonna
ironically,
do?
yes, this the ironic, funny, ha ha. Oh,
Yeah, like playing saddest violin, but unironically. It's just like we this is one of the reasons why whenever we play games and whenever we see so many of the different things happening culturally and we notice them now in video games, whereas when we were kids we didn't really pick up on it because we weren't like our brains weren't as mature enough to understand the different cultural nuances, and now we're like, oh fuck, Halo had so much political cultural nuance to it.
right. And I understand that. Like, and when I say I want to preface this by saying when I say I understand, it's because I mean, yeah, it makes sense if that's where you got stuck. But I gotta understand there was a point where like, yeah, you played video games because they were video games because that's all you knew. You didn't know you like you just said we didn't know better. But for the folks who are like, oh, keep your politics out of my video games. I hate to break it to you, brother. Listen,
Always politics in
just
games.
because you didn't grow up understanding and seeing them, but then also you didn't grow up. Uh, No, they're in there. They've been in there. It's just that now you have a brain that is also capable of understanding that they're there.
Ooh, while we're on this topic, you actually just reminded me. You know who was at the Game Awards?
Oh,
Smash JT.
I saw that. That makes
As a
zero sense.
placeholder, by the way. The person who has caused so much harm to me, my colleagues, Erika Ishii, so many people in the industry was sitting right there. Like that's
It's
horrifying.
it is disappointing in the highest way. It's like everybody in that room knows everybody in that room, you know? And I feel like it's I think it would be a little bit of ignorance to be like, well, nobody knew. No, somebody knew. So I that is unfortunate and again very disappointing.
Yeah, it is. And like I don't want to make assumptions. I don't want to say like, you know, did Jeff Keighley like, you know, invited him out or anything like that. I'm just saying like as an assumption if he were invited out because he does have a large following and everything like that based upon hatred, it's very morally shocking to me, I want to say. Also the fact of where it's just like he and I know I can say this because Alyssa has posted about it numerous amounts of times, but he got a cease and desist from Melissa Mercante. Like, and he still won't shut up. That's the thing of where like you
Mm.
need to take a cease and desist seriously. I want to talk, just touch on this very very briefly because it's like I would feel bad not saying anything after seeing it. You know, like it's just one of those things of where like you don't just walk into a place of where you've created so many enemies and feel comfortable. Like no.
Unless you just have this completely different delusion that a lot of other folks do not have.
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, you know, but yeah, it's I digress, but I wanted to touch on that very briefly because you reminded me of it. I was like, oh, okay, I know I need to talk on this.
It's important.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It is. And so one of the other things I know I saw at the Game Awards, they were doing so many different like really cool things visually,
Mm.
especially with Divinity. Now, I I have never seen anything about Divinity before. I That's the first time I ever heard of it. That was the first time a camera. I swear to everything unholy. Would you stop with your bullshit? As soon as I talk about Divinity. So I live streamed the Game Awards when it happened, unhinged and slightly what the fuckness resonated from my soul. That
Oh, absolutely.
trailer was something else entirely, and that was my first impression of Divinity ever.
I love that situation. It's like, let alone this is my first impression of you. That that a lot of folks that know me know that I'm a very, 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 very big fan of Divinity. Both Divinity Original Sin and Original Sin 2. Um, like goodness gracious, I love those games. But this trailer, that trailer was nasty. Oh
It
my god, it was
was
so nasty.
everything. Like, I love some body horror when it makes sense in videos and in
I'll,
movies, but that made, oh, wow. That made
one new
sense.
thing that people might not know, I do not. Body horror is my least favorite thing. It is my nope, don't like that, get it out of my face. Never show me that again type thing. But I was like, I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, this is nasty. This is gross. This is gross. This is nasty. Who proved this? How'd you get this here? It was, it was very much, oh my God, what is going on? And then when it rolled up to it, like, it's divinity, I was like,
Oh,
oh my
shit.
God. I was like, these are the emo kids that are they're the emo theater kids that now have money because of Baldur's Gate 3 and they gonna remind you of what they can do with this next thing. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
That had to have been my top three moments from the Game Awards.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
oh my god! Like the fact that you had people coming in and like you had actors and you had people going up in harnesses. Like it was just a full on theater production, and that on top of the a skit that they did leading up to the new Control game, absolutely incredible.
Man, I'm just like, yeah, but and you know, I did make this comment about the Game Awards overall, but and I mean this when I say the trailers this year were all like, I think were probably some of the most violent and visceral we've had at the Game Awards. Period.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I genuinely, I had a moment where I looked over, I was like, I couldn't watch this with my. I couldn't watch this with my kids. Thank goodness I didn't watch this with my kids. Like what? Who? And it's like people are like, oh, why would you watch it? Because I mean, it's the Game Awards. It's not something I expect to like have to be
Not
like.
only,
Let me shield your eyes, children. It's
the
the Game
clutching
Awards,
pearls. Oh my goodness.
but yeah, no, that trailer was something else. And I've had so many people who were like, was it really okay for them to show that? And I'm like, I don't know, but they did.
Great, they can show that, but I get flagged for using their music online. Go fucking figure.
Oh my goodness gracious. So
Not only that,
man,
but Diablo's new DLC. I was another kind of excited when because I'm a big Diablo 4 fan. Like Diablo
I
4
love
was my
also a big fan of
introduction.
Diablo 4. Yep.
Yeah, Diablo 4 was my introduction into the world of Diablo.
Oh, just
And
overall, okay.
yeah, overall. And same thing actually with Dragon Age Veilguard. Absolutely loved it. It was my introduction to Dragon Age. I just want to say right now, fuck Solus. Seriously, fuck him. Like,
Not the egg.
like
Oh,
that beautiful fucking asshole of a man. I I love him.
have
I
such
hate
a
him.
complicated relationship with that character, and I feel like that's why. Also, go figure. Huge Dragon Age fan over here. So like having to play that game after everything we had been through, like through the other games, was like, oh, this wild, and like so yes. Whew. But
It was amazing to me because like when I saw his character first, and this might be triggering for people. I don't know. Everything's triggering for people nowadays when it comes to an opinion on a game. But the thing is like when I saw his character in Veilguard, I thought he was the most developed character in that game. Writing wise, there were things that could have been done better in Veilguard. Some choices that could have been made. Overall, I so much enjoyed that game. I loved it to my core. But when I saw Solus, it was like he was left to cook longer in a way. And then when I saw him in Inquisition and Trespasser, his character was just like one of the best ones beside Varric. Like
yep,
Varric for me, like, oh my gosh.
yep. I mean, the character arc is really the one that I was like. I look at his character arc and I go, man, what a wild piece of writing that you've like built into this. I would call it like a saga of like video games, which I really like. If you go back and enjoy the other ones, or you enjoyed the whole thing, it's like they really did a really good job overall. If you ask me, like honestly, it's like I think about it and I'm like, man, they were able to take this unidentifiable character before, turn into somebody you love, somebody you hated, somebody you're like, maybe they're not so bad, somebody, and they can also still be angry at them, but then like you built room to forgive them, and like it's all kind of stuff. And I'm like, I feel like they did a great job because I'm like, there aren't many characters that I could think of or count on my hand that I'm like, I could go either way with that character based on their actions.
I completely understand that. And that's, it's so interesting because like when I reviewed Veilguard, which it was such a wonderful thing. I will shout out to the company because, they sent me a key to review and I was just like over the fucking moon because that was one of my like number one games that I really wanted to have sent over to me. And I was just like, oh my God, yes, thank you. And when I got the chance to review it, I made it's wonderful whenever you see companies, because I know that there are some companies, they shall remain nameless, who cannot take constructive criticism. I am completely honest whenever I do all of my reviews, and it's like I'm not going to kiss a company's ass just because they send me a key. That's not going to happen. But whenever it comes to that game in particular, there was so much voice that was given to certain characters. And so many different like there was one character who was transgender in the game, and I absolutely love the fact that they're incorporating these things in order to get people who are not used to the idea of trans people used to it, because that is how you normalize an idea. That is how you normalize something that's been around since ancient time, is to incorporate it in media, in everything.
And who did that hurt?
Yeah,
Nobody.
no one. No one.
Nobody.
And people, and that's the thing too, where like when I reviewed it and I did an entire listen to me, I did an entire section on Solus. Okay, I'm not shy to admit it.
Hey.
Just entire section. And the one thing that really shocked me was just, oh God, this is the voice that should probably stay inside, but fuck it, how attracted I was to him.
He got that aura though. He really do.
I think it's the Mr. Clean Head. actually. But you know what? Aura is good too.
Is it the round with the pointed edges for with the ears? Is that what it
I
is?
think.
It's like there's
God, the bald Astarian. Yes, actually, it's true. It's
that's
true
so
though. But the thing is like his character was like Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen. I can fix him. Like that was
oh
just a
my
little,
goodness gracious.
just a little bit
Just a little
actually.
bit.
Just a little bit. I mean, like Toji. Oh my god, that man. But also, he is such a like all of the characters that I noticed that I actually really, really like and really love the writing of are morally gray.
That's just life.
Like, so, I mean, true though, actually, because when you look at Solus and when you look at his character arc, the Trespasser Inquisition, and then you see his character arc in Veilguard, it's all
Mhm.
morally gray, and that's the thing. Like, it starts off good, but then he's like, "Oh, you pissed me off. Oh, you did this, but I don't want to hurt my friends." But then it's like you hurt them by your own design, that guy.
Mhm.
So
And then also like and then you see the good old hurt people. Uh, and I'm like, yeah, no, like it is. And that's why I was like, there's when I said that part of like there was room to forgive him. I was like, yeah, because there are things that happen and things that are said that I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And the fact that you explained it, it's like, okay, I could, but I'm really pissed off at you right now, so I'm not.
not only that, but if you play as a different race in the game, it shows a completely different side of Solus. That's quite honestly racist. Like, holy
Oh
shit!
yeah, absolutely. No, and that entire echelon of character in that specific universe, they all were. I don't care what nobody say.
No,
They
it's
all
true.
were.
It's true.
They
Listen, we're not
all were.
talking about Lord of the Rings right now, you guys. We're talking about Inquisition, two different kinds of elves. But it was so
Yeah, no.
shocking to me because it was like I was so surprised because like for me it takes a lot for me to like because I can already tell from the get go. I have done, I want to say almost like 200 reviews at this point. I can
Yeah.
immediately tell if I'm going to like a game right off the bat, and that was one that's like Veilguard has become my comfort game at this point. It's just
I mean,
wonderful.
I really enjoyed it. I really did. Like genuinely, I enjoyed it. And it gave me at least some of the closure that I wanted for the series for now. Which I was like, thank you. I was like, that's what I needed, and I'm glad I got it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and you know, I this leads to one of the next questions I wanted to ask though. During this year, what were the most impactful games that you played?
Ooh, most impactful. That's tough.
There were a lot. There were a
There
lot.
were a lot. We already talked about two of them. So I mean, Exodus 33, South of Midnight, big time for me. Um, if I had to give another one, I'm thinking, um, God, can I give a category where it's just like it's the the indie group games that are like so because I played so many indie games with my friends this year that were like just these small like contained experiences, but then there also was some like peak that it was like I loved playing those games because I got to play them with my friends and like we got to hang out doing something completely goofy and ridiculous, but we were having so much fun at the same time. So yeah, so so I would like to say, and this is me cheating this question, is like so games like Peak, games like what's it? I think it's the Where's My RV or whatever it's called. Like, but games like that really really were just helpful and good for me this year because I mean this was a year of like I just needed to be with my people, and those games gave us the space to like outside of just hanging out to like hang out and play a game together and laugh really hard and have a good time.
Yes. That's what they're meant for. That's the original purpose of community and gaming.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
also shout out to Marvel Rivals because we played a lot of Marvel
Oh my
Rivals.
god, yes.
Um, it's just
Wait,
I
who's your
so
main? I'm curious.
wow. Oh, so my actual main, or the main that I tell people so I don't have to tell them about my actual main.
Both. Oh my
But
gosh, yes,
my
both.
actual main is Namor. I'm a Namor main. So I was like, yeah, no. They're like, but Ray, you love Black Panther so much, and I'm like, shut up, I know. But for some reason, I was really good with Namor. So here we are.
Fair, absolutely fair. I tell people my main is Spider Man, but what I'm a widow.
and then of course, because then the other one is, unfortunately, is Hawkeye. Um,
Oh no.
I'm really good with Hawkeye. It's
That's really
annoying. It's annoying.
It's the ones
I'm
that you
like,
don't want, no offense, that are just become the
nope,
ones that you're really good
I
at.
don't. I don't. I was like, I don't want nothing to do with Hawkeye. In my friend group, I make fun of Hawkeye like we make fun of Aquaman. I swear. And so, for me to be good with Hawkeye, is just it hurts
The
me a little bit.
tables have turned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we have a good time regardless. It's just like they're like, all right, Dre, it's time for you to actually put your main down,
Oh my
and then we win the
gosh.
game. So here we go.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, during Overwatch, my mains were Reaper and Widowmaker, and I got picked
Oh
on
man,
so much for maining Widowmaker. And they were like, "Oh, you're that
Mm,
kind of person." I'm like, you know what? Shut up.
I mained May, believe it or not, in Overwatch. I give him so much. One of my puppies is named May. This my May was like, I'm like, oh, I just love that name, and I was like, okay, so Ghibli May, and then I had Overwatch May, and I was like, this works for me. So, but Overwatch, I ain't touched that game since the first game. I did
Man,
not
I
get
remember
Overwatch
when
2.
it came
Or
out
not.
in 2016, though. Like,
Mhm.
I think we've been around since the creation of Overwatch, and then we can tell kids like when we're old and be like, "Did you know? I remember when Widowmaker was a thing with Arcane. My cane is
Mm,
sparkly because of
mm.
Widowmaker." I don't know why I just started to talk like this.
I mean, I'm telling you, I just when Overwatch 2 came out, I was like, yeah, I'm good. So I just didn't play it.
Same.
So
Yeah, and they completely nerfed Reaper as a character. They got rid
oh,
of
that's
all the
unfortunate.
stuff they made him good.
So I guess I'm curious, what was your game like for that this year? Um,
I will answer that as soon as I turn off my heater because it is getting very warm in here.
okay.
Oh gosh. So the important games for me this year, I finished Hollow Knight and I absolutely loved it so much. I did an entire stream of Hollow Knight and it's probably I will say and I will die on this hill that it is the best Metroidvania I have ever played. It is very good.
Heard
It is very
for
good.
real. I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. Like the story, the way that you actually have to collect back your soul. Like there's so much psychology that's imbued and philosophy. Just doing that, and I'm in the process actually right now of writing the review for it. That's going to be up next week. So I'm very excited for people to see my take on it. Some people were not so happy at me when I finished it because I put my time that I did, and I put over 160 hours into the game with a 42% completion rate.
You know what? I feel like that's fair.
It's just like
I feel like that's very
it's
fair.
and the main comment that was left when I posted that was that you should 112% the game to give an actually good review. I'm
Yeah,
like,
whatever.
it's like no, I will give the review. I will, Billy. That's what I'm calling you now is Billy instead of Karen because Karen's too popular. That's why you call me Huggable Hipster.
I think it's funny. It's like you should do it this way so that way you can give it the way that I think you should review it. Well, why don't you go do it?
Try to beat Hornet Sentinel and then come back to me. Just beat Hornet Sentinel. That's like the Ishin Sword Saint of Hollow Knight. Okay, you guys don't understand.
You just triggered me a little bit. Another game that actually was really important to me this year that was really good that I'm like, yeah, the Liza P DLC.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm a very Liza P is probably one of my favorite video games. Period. So it's like the fact that I got more of it. Yes, please. I want more of it still.
Actually, a fun fact. I don't know if I shared this with you. I went to the preview event in Los Angeles for that DLC, and it was
Oh,
amazing. Windows Central sent me out in May.
love that. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it was
But
so
yeah,
cool.
love
Actually
that
got to
game.
meet Danny Pena, and that was awesome to get to meet him.
Oh,
Yeah,
love Danny. Yeah.
yeah, him. Oh, and I got to meet Maximilian, dude. That guy is tall. Like that was the
Very
first thing
tall.
I thought.
By the way, funny when when Capcom did that, basically the commercial during the Game Awards, and they had the moment with Maggie and Max. I had to make the comment of like, there are not many people who can make Max look small, so they must have took time for them to make him look small because he is not a small person.
No, he is not. No, he is very tall and also such an incredible sweetheart. When I met him, he was
Oh,
just like the
so nice.
warmest person ever. And it was such a cool experience. Like, I would have to say, like, besides becoming freelance at IGN, that has to be like my top thing that I got to do this year was fly in a plane for the first time in my life,
The first
and
time? Oh my goodness.
first time flying, and I absolutely hated it. Like, I got a panic attack on the plane.
Yeah, flying is not what it used to be, but also it's terrifying just in general. Yeah.
It is like I'm in a metal tube in the sky. Hello, like that's not pleasant. Like what? Who thought this would be fun? Like I'm sorry. Like no amount of first classness could ever make me feel comfortable about doing this ever.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna challenge that. There is a level of first class where you'd be like, I didn't even know I was on a plane.
Okay, I
Oh, it
want
exists.
that. I need
It
that.
exists. It's kind of wild. I've seen it. It's wild. So
I need that. Either that or Benadryl to knock me out, just so I don't experience.
also fair.
Because when I was flying, my mom actually came with me. I invited her out to go with me so she could be in Los Angeles for the first time. I am about to go through this story, you guys, so bear with me. It is a bit of a story time. I remember when I got through and I landed and I saw the palm trees and I was like, they're so pretty. Like I felt like a kid and my heart was just all warm and it was just like I had a bit of imposter syndrome because I was just like, oh fuck, I don't belong here. What am I doing here? And then they gave you when you get to the Paramore State, which they were holding the big event, you saw like the line of computers over there for everyone to use, and they give you your name tag at the hotel for them to have it. And it's like I saw my name and I saw Windows Central, and I was like, this is actually here. This is happening. I like this is so cool. And it's like for a moment, that split moment, it felt fucking real. And I was so like I felt a level of pride in myself that I have never felt before. And it was just that was the first time ever in my career that I felt like, oh my god, my hard work is being noticed. Like actually no, it's not true. The second time I felt that because when I was doing the reporting for Outlast Trials, I got my quote from my review on the Outlast Trials Red Barrels placard when that they did for like the promoting and everything like that. And I
See,
was
and
like,
you
oh
have
my
every
god.
right to be proud of yourself. So no, it's just that makes me so happy to hear because moments like that are those are those things where it's like, hey, yeah, no, all this hard work. All right, I'm doing something.
Exactly. Like I actually like one of my friends at the preview event. One of my friends was like listening to like some of the notes I was taking, and I like stopped because I thought that he was like talking to someone else, and he was like, "No, I'm going to let you cook. Finish up what you were saying." And I'm like, "Thank you." It was just such a memorable experience. And then all I will say is Air One. Fucking Air One. Those smoothies, they cost an arm and a leg, but they were worth it.
I mean, so, and I was just in LA recently, and I was like, I'm getting in, I'm getting out. That's all I like. Look, LA is great. LA is nice. I'm not that city boy no more. I'm just not. I live in a small town for a reason.
Fair. Also same, but fair. I am a city person at heart, but I have grown to like the quiet, even though I was a bit stubborn about it at first.
I love peace and quiet. It is great because everything else is so loud.
It is. And also like it took me a while. I don't know if you had this a similar experience, but it took me a while from living in New Jersey where I heard sirens and cars and all that kind of stuff
Mm.
to now hearing coyotes at night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You will hear nature. Nature be talking,
It
and
was it
nature be
was it was yapping.
nature do be yapping. That's true. Oh goodness,
You
there's a
know, it
lot
was
of
kind of
geese
like that
right now
video.
this time of year. So
Oh,
yeah, a lot of
oh
geese. They
gosh.
make a lot of noise. So yeah, it's kind of
Uh,
wild.
it was like that video of where it was like the the beaver saying Carl.
Yes,
That's literally what nature is doing at
that's
the
what they be
nighttime.
doing. That's what
It's
they be
like
doing.
Greg, fuck you, Greg.
Mom, ma, why? I'm sure that's all that's going on out there. Hmm.
Literally, what did you eat your brother again?
Oh my god! Again is wild.
There's all kinds of shit happening in the animal kingdom. Okay, I'm not gonna judge.
True. Oh my goodness, it's true.
Oh,
Oh,
this podcast is devolving into utter chaos.
this is light work. Don't worry.
No, you know it's going to be interesting going into next year because the games are incredibly stacked for the new year. Like I'm so excited, and I actually forgot to mention the other two games that impacted me greatly this year. I got to play Grand Theft Auto 5 for the first time and reviewed that.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably my top 10 favorite games I have ever played. The narrative design was impeccable. Now I see where they're getting their brilliant writing for
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Fine. I
Um,
guess I'll finally play it. Like I've started and stopped GTA 5 like 50 times.
there's one scene though. I think this does kind of deserve a bit of a. It's not an overall story spoiler, but it is
Mm-mm,
something for people just to watch out context wise and trigger warning wise.
mm-mm.
During part of the game when you play as Trevor, there is a torture scene that happens.
Yo, so I have made it that far and
Yeah.
stopped like 4 times. I was like, all right, I'm done for a little while, and I just forget to go back.
Well, the thing is like I when I got through that scene, I had actually a legitimate problem with that, and I wrote in my review that I stopped, I leaned back in my chair, and I actually just started bawling my eyes out. I did not want to do that section at all. And then when I
Mhm.
talked about it on Twitter, which was probably a bad idea, I got the worst reaction mixed with understanding, but also people like I've never been called a pussy so much in my life.
Oh, nice, nice.
and and it was like I don't know what it was, but I think it was just the fact of where I don't want to torture another human being.
Really,
That it's like why they have this in the game. There's no need
not
for it.
even in a fake setting. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. No, same with Martha is Dead. I don't want to sit here ripping people's faces off. Like this is
Yeah,
not my
no.
cup of tea.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I remember playing through that scene, and I was just like, I gotta do this. Like, come on, man. So like, I knuckled my way through it, and I was like, I just didn't like that. I don't like it. I ain't like it. I ain't gotta like it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, this series is built on like doing stuff like that to like, I guess to make a point, but also show like this is insane and this person is insane. Yes, but it was like, yeah, I like that. Nope.
It made me
Mm-mm.
very uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's an understatement because, like, the entire tone after the game, because, then Trevor just, like, kicks him out of the car, he sends him on an airport on the way back home, and I'm just like, you, you just, you just tore this guy's nuts off. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, dude, you don't get what? Like, what is this exactly? And the funny thing is like it's such good writing that I think that's why it hits so hard. Because
Mhm.
like even when Michael is calling Trevor a hipster, peak moment in gaming.
Insane.
Like he calls him a hipster, and I'm just like, this has nothing to do with story or anything like that. It's just a moment between the two of them, and that kind of playful dynamic of two characters, it makes me feel like this is always my litmus test of like if I can see myself going out for coffee with these characters, hanging out with them
Mm.
as actual people, that's how I know, like, okay, like these are really well written characters.
And the only one that I could do that with is Franklin.
Oh my God, no, but it's so weird because it's like some of like the racism and some of the actual truisms that we see in Grand Theft Auto. It was something that a friend of mine actually made a point about of where she used to be a drug dealer. She used to be in that life of where she did drugs. She was in that whole Grand Theft Auto what they are portraying lifestyle, and to her, it's a caricature of what the life actually
Mhm.
is because it's seedy, it's dark, it's disturbing. And she said that Grand Theft Auto, to paraphrase her, isn't a great portrayal of what the life actually is. So I covered part of that in my review as well because it's like I wonder what you have to do in your life to get to such a point of where that's your only route for success is to do something like that.
Life be lifing sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like life is lifing, right? Apollo 2025.
Life be lifing sometimes. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, it's just like I take, I sometimes take games a little bit too seriously when I review them. So it's just like, you know what? Let me actually just try to make this as good as I can. Right?
Listen, I feel like you're doing it in a way that like you're taking what is made to be sometimes a play on life and comparing it in a way that it's like you're seeing it through the lens of life. So what's the harm in that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then what was it? The third game that I found really impactful, South of Midnight. As soon as I played it, I realized, hands down, game of the year. But it was so like, and that one, and also Ghost of Yote. I was so surprised that wasn't on the game of the year list, to be quite honest.
So that is one that I actually have started. I have not finished Yote. So that is it is currently being played. So yeah.
Okay, good. I think you're really going to like how the story and flow of the rest of the game is, because it's just one of those games of where like not only the weapons but the way that the world is designed, it's just so satisfying.
I love all the work that they do in those games and everything they've done really, but like these games in particular have been very special and very well done. That I'm like, yeah, I love y'all. Please keep making video games because they're very good and I enjoy them.
Yeah. I remember doing the what was it, a talisman guide for at IGN for that one, and we did like I think it's top what was it? I did like top 5 talismans to get early on in the game, and there's like some really sick talismans and charms to get there, like for anything like that. It's really beneficial, and there's also like. What was it? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. That way, people, hold on a second. It'll be up here for you guys to reference, but I don't want to, misquote myself at all in the title. What can
I've been misquoting myself all the time. What did I say the other day? I don't remember.
What I had for breakfast? Who knows?
If I ate breakfast, that's also a thing. But hey, here we are.
Why is it so difficult for us to eat fucking breakfast in the morning anymore? It used to be so easy.
Well, because somebody was making us do it. If you really think about it. If you really think about it.
Even in college, too, bro. Oh, my gosh. Where was it?
Because, yes.
Yeah, this is a video that I did.
I make them eat breakfast every day. So, yes.
Mm-hmm. So, the video will be up here for you guys to watch. It's 15 Things Ghost of Yote Doesn't Tell You. So, that was a video that I'm very, very proud of. It took me years. Joking, but it took me years to do this video. It felt like, but it was very good for it to be 9 minutes. It felt like it was going to be way longer when I was editing it.
I mean, because you know how it goes. It's like to take 8 hours and turn it into 9 minutes. It's like, yeah.
I swear, there were moments I was going back into the game, and be like, do I have that asset? Do I have that footage? Do I have Erika Yishi doing this? Like, what's going on? Also, Erika Yishi, hi, you are amazing. You did a fantastic job. This was an incredible performance.
Another lovely human that, again, it just from afar seems like just genuinely a light and somebody that I would like to get to know that person. So no, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so interesting to me because it's just like when I see the gaming industry and when I see it just as a whole go from, forgetting all of like the nastiness and corruption, all that kind of stuff. I see all of us. It's a big industry, but everyone knows everyone. And it's so small at the same time. And it's one of those things of where like, it's like seeing a family member, or it's like seeing a distant cousin or like a brother or a sister or someone who's close to you do something great, and you're like, oh my god, no wait, I know this person in the audience, or I've seen their work, or I've been able to like co-publish something with them, or like you see that, and it's just so beautiful and wonderful to see. Like there are moments where I'm going to shout out Liana Rupert for a second, to see her work and to see Liana just absolutely kill it in this industry. Like seeing her just living her best life is probably one of the most fulfilling things I have ever experienced as a friend.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Like just seeing that, or even like Steve Saylor, like seeing him accomplish so
Steve.
much. Like my god, it's so amazing. And also, by the way, I will put their handles up here if you guys want to follow them. Please follow them. They're amazing people. They're absolutely wonderful.
Goodness gracious, bless me.
I'm so sorry. Bless me, thank you. Sorry.
You know what? I will say that those were both very, very full of life. So I'm glad. Oh my god! See, what powerful sneezes. If you recorded that could be a Pokemon sound. I believe it.
Yep. Pikachu.
No, this is one of the ones where I'm like, oh no, that one comes out of the Pokeball and it's got like a horn and it's covered in diamonds or something like that. That's what I saw.
Fucking Lilith. Just
I just
overlay the
imagine Lilith
sound.
now I just imagine Lilith coming out of a Pokeball, and I'm like, how did you do that?
I just need to know like someone with like oh my god, you know what? No, I need to do. I need to edit that sound over Lilith talking in the game. That would just be amazing. Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
god.
Oh my god. No, but it's so interesting like just to get perspectives on like the different games that you found interesting and like the ones that I found interesting and to see like a general consensus this year of what also everyone found interesting as well. Like so many different kinds of tastes, so many different kinds of games for different people. Like for example, I think Minecraft is kind of boring, but when I watch someone else play it, it's the most relaxing shit I've ever experienced.
Perspectives, different, that's the spice of life, is that we can all like different stuff.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
variety of
Exactly.
life is what makes it, for me, life and interesting. Like I will never fault somebody for enjoying something unless it was hurting or taking away from other people. Like if you like something I don't like, I'm happy for you as long as it's making you happy.
Exactly.
Genuinely.
Exactly. And that's the thing too of where like there was I think this goes actually really well into the next topic. So we know games that impacted us. We know games that have benefited us in some way or another. What are games this year that you didn't really vibe with this much? That much and you were like that's not for me. It might be for someone else, but this wasn't really good for me this year.
So I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite on this first one because I genuinely felt like that, and then I started playing a little bit more of it just recently, genuinely just recently, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm starting to see a little bit. Uh, Pokemon Legends ZA. Um, I really enjoyed Arceus, but this one I started and I was like, I don't know if this. I'm vibing with the city setting. It's real. They're doing a lot of talking and not letting me do enough, not letting me, get in to go catch Pokemon, blah blah. And I was like, I really truly just not feeling it. And I still am to a point, am kind of like that still, but just in the past like 48 hours. At a point where I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun, but like not as much fun as I had with Arceus. But so I would say that's one of the ones for sure. It's like, well, yeah, no, this one's not really my jam like I thought it was gonna be. No, it's not. So um there's that one, and then there was another game that everybody just loved this year that I was just like, really? You sure about that? I don't know. Oh yeah, Mega Bonk.
Oh my god. Okay, so my assigning editor absolutely loved that game. He was like, Ariel, you gotta try this. I'm like, I don't know if it's my cup of tea or not.
I was like, Ball X Pit right there, bro. Go play that game. Like, look, no, like I said, no offense to people who love Mega Bonk. I couldn't get into Mega Bonk. I tried it, I played it, and I was like, haha, yeah, video game. I get it, but no, but then I played Ball X Pit, and I was like, is this what people who are playing Mega Bonk are really loving it? Is this how y'all feel? Because Ball X Pit, which I should have made is an honorable mention of like one of the best games I played this year. Ball X Pit is dope. It's great. Like that. That's like, yeah, indie gem. Give me more of those. Like I really, really enjoy that game. It's got a good loop. So if you haven't played that, I recommend you go and try it. Um, but yeah, Mega Bonk and Pokemon Legends ZA, it was like, eh, yeah. And I'm sure people will be like, oh, for both, they'll be like, oh, you gotta play a little longer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, maybe I do. But I also have other games to play right now. So who knows? Maybe at another point, I'll be like, yeah, actually, these weren't so bad. No, it was great. Because there's so many games I played this year where I'm like, I could have been like, oh no. I mean, because also Marathon, I mean, which didn't actually come out this year, but like, playing the test for Marathon, I'm like, which I guess was still technically not supposed to, I don't know, whatever. Um,
It's all a blur.
yeah, no, this is generally all a blur, but like, yeah. So, because then you got stuff like Hades 2, and of
Oh my
course,
god,
again,
yeah.
Peak, and um, that's just a lot.
And
But yeah,
Silk
those are the two
Song,
that I can think
like
of. And not to mention Silk Song, yeah.
And
but
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Death Stranding
I haven't
2.
even got a chance to start those two. I literally haven't even got to like hit the start button for those two games yet. So,
Tissues. You need lots of tissues for Death
oh,
Stranding 2, just saying.
oh man. So I'm like,
God.
all right, I'm gonna get there at some point. I finally get a break here soon, so I might actually get to play that, which will be very nice.
Yeah.
But
Just roll
yeah,
a
so that's one
d20
too.
and see what number lands on. That's the game you play.
Oh man, I wish I could do that, but the brain is just like, here's the mood for today. If it does not fit the vibe, it's not happening. It is every day. Sometimes
Fair.
it's something different.
Absolutely fair. So I will say there were two games that I did not like, and people are probably going to come for me for this, but I did not vibe with Neo 1 at all whatsoever. I actually dropped it mid-game because the
I
story...
can understand that. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, like the story, like the mechanics and everything are very Souls-like, and I really love the mechanics, but the story and the main character you were playing were completely abysmal. Like, the main story was incredibly dry, and the main character, like, anytime I wanted to see any emotion come out of him, he would go like this. He would be like, like, he was a less emotive Geralt. Like, how is that possible?
Yeah. That's rough. I think the other one, I mean, now I'm like seeing games where I'm like, actually, no, these games were like super good. And I should have talked about these in the beginning. The game called Absalom, absolutely no pun intended, loved that game. That game is incredible, like amazing in the game. So good, so very, very, very good. Um, let's see, the other one that I was just like, meh. Was it Kill the Brick Man?
Oh, I've
Uh,
never heard of that one.
so, if I am if I am not mistaken, this is, and I'm gonna double check it before I say it. Um, this is the same person that's done, or like it's from the same company that has done stuff like Vampire Survivor, like they've published Vampire Survivor stuff like that. And yeah, Kill Brickman just didn't do it for me. And is to go by the Steam store page, a brick breaking turn based roguelike bullet builder blast bricks to break the bank.
Wait, what?
I,
This is like a tongue twister.
I wasn't into this one. I'm not really. I was like, no, this didn't do it. And like, and I will say this actively, and I mean it, and I say it. It was too complicated. I was
Interesting.
like, this
Okay,
brick,
that's fair.
this is a brick break game. Let me break brick. But it's
Fair,
really
absolutely.
so I'm sure if I go
Ooh.
back and give another shot at a later date, I might find some stuff like that. But like my initial like playtime of it, no.
That's fair. And as you were saying that, I just remember, like, saw games on my Steam page. I was like, oh, wait, no, I played. Oh, God, I have to talk about this, don't I? So I have two reviews coming out. I am a contributor as well at Skybox News. Shout out to them. Absolutely amazing people. I believe that those reviews are going to come out next year. I'm not actually sure, so I shouldn't say. But I did one review of a Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I also did
Oh
a couple of
no. Yeah.
yeah, I did a guide for that as well. Not a guide per se, a comparison video on like the things that have changed from Bloodlines 1 to Bloodlines 2 at IGN. And that broke my heart, that game, because I loved Bloodlines 1 with all of my person. Like, it's one of my favorites, and it actually is the reason why, in my opinion, I think storytelling is as vibrant as it is with RPGs nowadays in the gaming industry, is because of that game, because of the chances that it took within the narrative design that it did. So I love it. And to see the fact that you could not play as a Malkavian, you could not play as a Nosferatu in Bloodlines 2 was heartbreaking. Because it's like the Nosferatu are what made the game so incredible, in my opinion. Like, you see the Nosferatu now, and the way that some of them look in the game, they don't look like Nosferatu even. Like, the whole point of a Nosferatu is to have the pointy teeth in the front, the elf-like ears, everything like that. Like, you have certain characters that don't even match that description. The combat was fun. It was good. It was probably the one main highlight of the game because it really was fun. But the character and the writing, just some of the way that it was constructed, it was not done the way that a game that took 5 years to make should have been done. Like this changing of the studios, the way Hazmat, changed into like going from that to the Chinese room. Like there's so much that it went through, and I feel so bad for so many of the original developers of that game. Going backing and forthing and all that. Like it's just, it must have been hell to go through. I can't assume, but it's like I already have the review all written and everything, so I'm very excited for people to read it next year.
That was one where I feel like I should love the idea of that game a lot. But yeah, everything I saw about it just made me go, not right now. So I'm gonna play it for myself at some point. But yeah, not right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to give away any spoilers or anything like that, but it's one of those things of where like the game, and like it's a good game. It's good on its own merit. It's just not Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. So the other one that I played this year, and I'm going to have a review it actually next year, I assume, is because this one has been a lot. Like I want to be able to get this right because the fandom of the game I'm about to mention is hard fucking core. The Mass Effect series, and I played that for the first time.
Oh, for the first time? I wish I could go back and play that for the first time.
Yeah. Oh man, it was. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to deep sigh because it was the first game. What? No, the second game. Sorry.
No, that's very funny. It's like I can't.
Just no. By the end of the first game, the plot really picked up. I really loved the way that the arch nemesis, what the fuck, arch nemesis, was able to establish himself in the game. Really amazing. Second game, you literally could have cut out the second game entirely and just make it 2 games and just do the suicide mission and everyone else's mission into one game. Just at the very beginning, and then have chapter 2 and go right into everything with the third game.
Mass Effect, just as a whole, was like they were said, "Hey, Dragon Age, but what if we did
space,
like Stargate / like Expanse type stuff?" I don't even know if Expanse was out there, but still, it's like, and so I can see why they were like, we got to give all this exposition the second game. Which I mean, I was like, I mean, and at the time, I was like, oh man, this is great. I love all this, But having played it again since then, it's like, no, I get it. It's like there are parts of this where I'm like, they were doing things that they thought they needed to do to tell their full story, and I'm like, oh, okay, you thought you did.
yeah. It's fair because the thing is like I absolutely love the characters are what make the game. That's the thing. Like that's what makes the game full. It's not the world. It's not the narrative design that is separate from the characters. It is the characters themselves because that's what you really get attached to. And hello, Garrus, best boy. Just saying, like Garrus. Forever my king. Okay, he could go and slap Solus for all I care. He is like that.
And you know what? And he would.
Like, he would. He would. And that's the thing too. Of like, and I would let him. Okay. And the thing is like if I like my requirements for a future relationship rely solely on what Garrus has laid out in front of me. Because he is just that good of an alien bug man. Okay. Like I don't know if he's a bug.
Garrus is my boy.
Like he's wonderful. His sarcastic, dry humor, just everything.
If I could have like had a buddy cop show with Garrus, it would be great. We'd have so much fun. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah. And then it's just like, it's so funny to me because it's like the way I squealed like a little fangirl when I saw him in the third game. And then I just go into the back room and then I just tap him on the shoulder. I'm just like, wait, is that who I fucking think it is? And he turns around like, Garrus!
It's the guy. It's my boy. Yeah, which I can understand, definitely can understand that. But no, it's the characters. The characters kept me coming back to those games. Full stop. So, because I definitely wasn't coming back to stop the Reapers. Let me tell you
that. Yeah. No, and that's the thing too of where it's like even by the end of the first one, I could already see where they were going narratively with the game, and I was like, okay, this has a lot of potential, but that fucking suicide mission. Like everyone died. Okay, most everyone. I should say everyone. Most everyone. I tried to make it so that people didn't die, but gosh darn it.
Ooh-wee.
I didn't like it.
Video games.
I'm not gonna spoil it for people because that would be, maniacal of me to do. But the one person who I will say made it.
I'll say, how long has it been? But I get it.
Yeah. Talia, she will always live. Always.
Ooh, yeah, I could do an entire separate conversation about Mass Effect, like genuinely.
I think that might have to be like a podcast episode for when my review comes out if you want to do that.
Hey, let me know, genuinely, because I was like, yeah, that series is special to me, but also it's like there's just so many different little things, and like the way that I would love to know how you responded to how some characters did some things versus others, and it's like,
yeah, there was some choices. Like
Mm-hmm.
I audibly, when there was, I'm not going to spoil it for people. There was a part of the DLC whenever the one character, it was a certain line that a character said, and I was like, oh my god, you creature, what? You absolute creature.
There's a
And I think
moment
you
with
know what I'm referencing.
oh, I think I know exactly. But there's a moment with Ashley in the first one, and where I will always remember this moment as a gamer because I put my controller down and I go, I think she might be racist.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Like we got through all this stuff, and I go,
Just a
I
little
think
bit.
she might be racist. I'm like, oh no. So,
This is why RPG games are so good because they reflect life, but also it's like at the same time someone put that in the game. Like it's the same way I feel about Fallout 3 and the mayor of Megaton being called a knuckle dragger. Like what is that?
mm, mm.
Like that was a choice. That was an actual choice that someone made on the development team to put in the story. Not only that, hi, I'm Jewish, but there was, I know, shocker for people. Oh my god, but it's one of those. I'm sorry, I'm being such a sarcastic little wench right now.
Nope, it's my favorite energy. Keep it.
But there was a poster in the wall of the tunnel that you go into when you're about to get to the radio station to find the character's father, and the poster says, "Where will you be when the Holocaust comes?"
Oh, well.
Straight out. And it's so funny to me because like I saved that screenshot on my Xbox and I put it in the review and people are like, is that racist? I'm just like, is that the nostalgia talking or logic talking? Just
The
asking.
nostalgia is crazy.
Like,
Oh,
just
no.
asking.
Yeah.
Just asking. Because there's so many games, I will say, that people like myself who don't have the framework of nostalgia play because either to review it, play it, see what it's about, but there are a lot of people who have the framework of this was something that I grew up with, so this is the only framework of mine that I have. So it's like the key is to grow past the nostalgia, love it for what the memories gave you, but also realize the reality of it at the same time.
I mean, that's exactly right. Because nobody will ever be able to tell me anything about Pokemon Red. It's perfect. So, but that's because my nostalgia for that is very, very strong and I'm very staunch in my ignorance for my nostalgia for that one. But I know that's what it is.
Same with me with Resident Evil 1 Remake. Like, we all know Jill is badass. And, we all know that Chris Redfield can be a bit of, a Chad sometimes, but we deal with him.
Giga Chad, yeah.
And just the fact that Wesker is like, oh my god, I played recently for the first time the 1996 version, not the, the remake was the first one I ever played.
Oh, yeah.
But the 1996 one was so funny because Barry meets up with Jill in the hallway. He's like, Jill, be careful. There are monsters in there.
The campy translations in the delivery will always be special.
It's just fantastic. It's just like, what was it? There was another one of where I had shared it on Instagram because I like sharing stuff to my story. I'm trying to remember. This will be a good reference point for me to try to remember this. But in Resident Evil 4, there was like a moment of where he was like telling the character, he was like, yeah, no thanks, bro.
Bro. Dramatic pause.
Dramatic pause. And then the guy just laughs maniacally, punctuating his evil. It's just like, okay, no, it's fine. And there was hold on a second. I think this was it. And then this was the one. Barry goes over, he looks over to Jill, and he's like, it's Forrest. Oh no.
You gotta love it though. Like you
It's so
gotta love
good.
it because it's so ridiculous. But it's like
Yes.
at the time, that's what we had.
Right?
You
The
know.
GameCube, the Game Boy Advanced, like the Game Boy Color. Oh my god. Zelda, the first experience I had of Zelda was on the GameCube playing Wind Waker.
What a
And
great place to start, by the way. That's a great
it's
first place to start
it
for Zelda, if
is.
you ask me.
It
That's
really
I love
is.
that.
Yeah, Wind Waker was like, my cozy girl era starting, honestly.
Mhm.
Like it was one of those moments of where like I would have like as a kid before we knew anything was problematic, before McDonald's showed their true colors, I would
Mm.
sit down after Hebrew school and I would have a McDonald's and I would play Zelda in the Wind Waker and it's the most just
That sounds
unproblematic I
nostalgically
felt.
wonderful. That does. It really does.
I need to know, like, nostalgically, what is your favorite memory that you have playing video games?
We, nostalgically, I'm like, I think it was, and this is, and I basically just said it, like Pokemon Red on my Game Boy. That was the first game I got for my Game Boy, and just being able to sit in the back of the car, play Pokemon until we got where we needed to go, and usually about the time the batteries would be done anyway. Not a care in the world. Like that's like I ain't got a chance to sit in the back seat on purpose in decades.
Like,
So to be
that
able to
is,
sit in the back seat and play a game,
man.
man, yeah, that's nostalgia for me.
I mean, I sat. This is so fucking hilarious. It's such a tangent, but I sat in the backseat when I was on the way to a doctor's appointment with my parents, and because I'm a part time caretaker for my dad, and we were going there. My mom was driving, and my dad was like. Because I used a line that he used on me a lot as a kid growing up. And he was like, we should get some fast food. I am in such a fast food mood. And I said to him, not skipping a beat, do you have fast food money?
Woo,
And he was like,
got him.
and he was like, Ariel, I raised you. I have all the money. I was like, sir? I was like, yeah, but I have grown up money now. I can do with it whatever I want to. So,
See,
ha!
you're braver than I am because I would never say that to my mama. It's even to this day. I
So
couldn't do it.
my dad and I are like both 12-year-olds, just encapsulated in adult bodies. And my mom is the one who has to deal with our bullshit. It's like, just right off the bat. Because,
See, and here I am. I'm still the man I'm still afraid to curse in front of my mama. So,
oh
listen,
my God, the cursing in our house, like you combine Irish and Middle Eastern together, it's chaos. Like
man,
my friend, like, oh my God. Like,
you would think when people know when my mama's at my house when we're online gaming because they're like, oh, what's going on, Ray? You're not yelling and screaming like you normally do. This is you sound real nice when you're talking to folks. So I'm like, my mama's here. I need y'all to chill. All right.
fair. Absolutely fair. When I'm around friends and when I am like you've seen in this conversation, I am um quite unhinged. And it's one of those things of where like when I become unhinged in front of my mother, it's so weird because like she's just like, "What? Are you taking your medication?" I was like, "Yes." It's still me.
Oh my goodness! Some of the stuff that I have screamed playing video games, I'm like, my mom would be very concerned slash horrified slash like, what are you talking about? Like, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I could never talk the way I talk on in a video game around my mama. I couldn't do it.
No,
Couldn't do it.
no.
Mm.
No, it's one of those things of where like you get the chunkla so fast thrown at you, it's not you don't even see it coming, okay?
For me, it's
It's just
just
like
a quick slap upside the head. What was that? No. See, we was just playing a game. What had happened was.
oh, then the excuses start rolling, and
Mhm,
then the
mhm.
response is if what was it? I said to my dad, I was like, the manzana a day keeps the doctor away. Just depends on how hard you chuck it. And he's like, why are you throwing apples at your doctor? I was like, I'm not gonna eat an apple. What are you talking about? Unless it's in a salad and something's coating it.
I mean, I have to be in a real mood and just want to pick up and eat an apple anymore these days. So I don't know.
I need to know because I know you're an anime fan, but I need because I am an uber anime fan as well. I need to know what are your top 5 animes to get someone into anime.
To get somebody in anime. Okay, so I would say My Hero Academia is on that list. Um, then I would implore you to pick a Pokemon, a Digimon, um, something that's got cute monsters in it. I would implore you to try one of those. Um, Actually, I'm just gonna pull up my because I have a beginner's list that I give people every time because it's not just like video games I love, but like anime is like that's my how I communicate to people, like things that I'm like, and here are things that to help you get to know me, or I now have gotten to know you, so this is what you should watch. Um,
Exactly. And
and
I
so
still need
I,
to watch Full Metal Alchemist.
you know what? Yes, you do, but I also feel like you should also kind of like ease your way in with something like, and I guess because you love soulsy type stuff, and
I
so I'm
do.
like,
Yeah.
are you in any sports at all?
I'm into ice skating.
Into ice skating, but so you wouldn't be opposed into like getting like watching another sport though.
Not at all, no.
So Haikyuu,
I've
I
heard
think
of
you
that.
would enjoy. Yes,
Yeah, I've heard it's
volleyball,
really
but I
good.
think you would enjoy it.
Oh, I used
Um,
to play volleyball.
so I think you might genuinely like vibe with it. I feel like you've got the energy that it would make you feel feels, so you would like it. Um, Another one, so because you're a gamer, very like Shangri La Frontier is fantastic for people who enjoy video games because it is basically it's the mangaka for that one basically a huge nerd, and so it's very well done. It's a very good time. um
Like
let's see
Ariana
another one.
Grande says, yeah.
Yeah. uh if you want something that's gonna make you just kind of be like, huh, but like it's also not too weird, but it's newer. I've been giving folks Tower of God. Tower of God is interesting enough that and like that I would encourage you to go read it. It's a webtoon, so why not? And then last one, if I was just to give you one other last one of like just something fun, but like not too serious, that's got potential. So I'll offer you a question: magic or science? I
Really do.
know.
I really love both.
And this
Science.
is science. Doctor Stone.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
And also, I
If
have my recommended list as well, but mine's really unhinged.
oh no. Oh no.
I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Vampire Knight. If you know, you know.
I do know. Oh trust me. I know.
Even my
Yep.
asthma's laughing for me.
Oh my god.
But I know Exorcist.
Who are these
You know,
people?
so Blue Exorcist is probably one of my favorite animes of
Oh
all
really?
time. It
Okay.
is fantastic. The what was it? The voice actor who voices the lead guy is Bryce Papenbrook, I think. And he does a lot of anime voices and stuff. He oh my god. I'm forgetting who else he voiced, but he's a fantastic voice actor. Jujutsu Kaisen, highly recommend, not just for Toji,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I told my dad because he watches it with me, and
Oh,
he was just like, "Who's your favorite?" I was like, "Oh my god, I love Toji." He was like, "Are you okay?"
are you okay?
I was like, "Listen, that's my man, okay? Like, just stop right now. Like, he's literally my idea of the perfect man." He was like, "A murderer?" I was like, "No, I can fix him."
Like I mean he would be before he met me.
Yeah, right, exactly. He was in his past. Like everyone has a past, father. Like everyone has a past. It's okay. I'm not gonna question him about it. Like, look at the way he could probably give me hugs. Like, come on. Let's see. But Gojo is quite seriously the most unhinged character I've ever seen, and I love him for it. Absolutely amazing character. What was it? What was the other one? Oh, okay, so my absolute top anime that I would recommend for someone, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works.
It's a great option. I would
It's
so
it's
that's
just
my
incredible.
that's on my sophomore list. But yes, so I wouldn't give him that as a freshman. But yeah, very good pick, very strong pick. Love that. I love. I'm actually I want to. I feel like I'm always wanting other people in my friend group to talk about Fate. I love Fate. Fate's amazing. Like
It's
that
amazing.
series
Like,
is so good.
I actually, when I was going for an audition for voice acting at Crunchyroll for one of the animes, I used was it Rin Tosaka as one of my lines that I auditioned with, and it was one of the things of where like I felt like I had a low enough voice to get to her register, but I had an I had an asthma attack that day and I couldn't get the power out that I needed to. But that vocal audition made me actually want to do voice acting, so it's something that I might get into. But it's one of those things of where it's so much fun to see all the different voice actors who play in different roles, see the breadth of their work, and see, oh, you played that person, but you were an enemy in this anime. Like, it's amazing. The other one I would highly recommend, and this was actually the very first anime I ever watched, is Hellsing.
Really?
Yes, I was 10 years old when I saw
Oh
that
no!
anime.
Oh no!
And it made me absolutely love vampires. Anything that has vampires in it, I will gravitate towards even more so. I even wrote my psychological thesis in college on the historicity and psychology of vampires.
Oh man!
So,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm a vampire nerd. But it's so funny to me because it's like when I recommend like any kind of anime, it's that I don't recommend Pokemon. I don't recommend any of that. Like that was the first ones I watched because I liked Pokemon, but not because I enjoyed it. I liked the card game more than I liked the
I mean,
anime.
because like I said, I kind of like I give them for people who are like I've never watched anime before. Ray, what should I watch? So that way, I really do build them up like a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior type thing. So I'm like, okay, and then it'll change depending on what they liked versus what they didn't like. But no, like I try to ease people in anime because people can be scared off anime so easy.
So, what would
So
you recommend for like? Okay, so what? Okay, sophomore, junior, senior, freshman. Where would you put Attack on Titan?
junior, yeah. I mean, a lot of folks are like, oh my god, it's amazing, blah blah blah. But like, there is a very good story in Attack on Titan. And I feel like it's wasted on a lot of folks who just jump into it because it looks cool.
Fair. That's why I jumped into it and I didn't stick with it. And then I feel like I
Mhm,
need to go back
mhm,
to it because that
exactly.
was when I was re-watching a lot of anime for the first time. There is one, there is one that I love. It's kitschy, it's campy, it's cool, but it's Food Wars and it's so adorable.
And
I
Food
love
Wars is
Food
great.
Wars.
Food
I
Wars
love
is
Food Wars.
great.
It's
Like it's
fantastic.
definitely it's very fan servicey, which some people don't like. Some people I'm like I don't mind it at all. But it's like Food Wars, the food. If you're in it for the food, which you should be, by the way, is great. Goodness gracious, it's so good. I have a good time watching that because I'm like, it usually almost without fail every time I'd watch an episode, I'm like, well, I gotta go cook now. So
Yeah,
watching the anime
exactly.
cost me a lot of money because I had to go buy stuff to cook after every time I watched it, which was wild. So
One thing I don't get though, and people can read into this what they will, but the amount of incest there is in anime. Like, can we just talk about that for a
there
second?
are
Because
a
like,
lot of tropes in anime that I'm like, if y'all could just stop doing this forever, that'd be great.
like when I saw
Anything with
Vampire Knight,
kids,
like
like
this
let's
is
stop
just
doing
a
that.
exactly like you just stop with the whole Lolita kind of
Yep,
thing,
let's stop
making
that.
that
Go like that. There's nope, nope. I don't want any kind of reasoning and no explanation could ever make that be okay for me. It's just like I don't like it. Stop it. Nope.
like this is a spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen Vampire Knight, but don't go beyond this point if you've seen Vampire Knight, and I'll just skip ahead. But the shocked look on my face was an understatement when I saw the end of the anime for Vampire Knight. When I saw that, wait, this is her, this is her brother. This is her. Okay, never mind. I was team them the entire time
Yep.
until you said those words.
It was very much a oh oh well that's not okay. It's really what it turned into, and I remember when I got to that. Oh my god! Back in the day when I had to watch anime and other by other means and not just logging
Yeah.
into a service, I remember downloading episode, watching that, and going, "What?"
You remind me when I had to download illegally New Moon from the Twilight Saga after it aired in theaters.
Oh my god.
Yes, I was a Twihard, and yes, I was Team Edward. Okay.
So no, I will never be afraid of. I read every single one of those books because I was like, "What's the big deal?" I was like, "Why is everybody in these?" And I read them, and I was like, "All right, these ain't that bad." So
It's
but
a
no, I read every single one.
narcissistic vampire afraid to be by himself, so he has to control another person in order to be with him.
I was
Like,
like,
it's
"You."
narcissistic abuse.
I'm like, "You could have just gone and talked to anybody else," but no, here you are.
It's like, Bella, I like you. No, I don't. It's a Bella, I love you. Go away. Oh, but I can't stand it without you. It's like 6 o'clock dinner with myself. I can't miss that again. It's like,
And a toxic relationship, people. That's
it's so bad. It's so bad. And the thing is, it's like there's so many different animes like that. But when I was watching, I'll give it Hellsing as an example because it's the first one I ever like really saw and got into as a kid. When I saw that, I didn't understand. Like we were referencing back to nostalgia before in our conversation. I didn't understand a lot of the heavy themes that were really in that and what was discussing. But it's so interesting seeing now having like a really powerful female choose her own death to survive, I think is such a heavy concept within the anime of Hellsing. Like she's like, I don't know what this is. I can't stand the thing that's in front of me, but I would rather choose life and be an undead versus the alternative of whatever that could be. So I feel like that kind of bodily and mental autonomy that was given to women even in anime back in the early 2000s was astonishingly amazing.
Oh, anime can tell some wildly strong and really like just nuanced stories, and that's why I enjoy it so much. Like, I'm not just watching it for the the random yelling and the BS that like that exists in it. Like, there's some really good stories in anime, and that's why I keep watching it because like some of the stories are fantastic, and they stick with you, which I appreciate. So no, yeah, there's a lot of really good anime out there if you know what to look for, or you know the right people to talk to help get you to the good stuff and avoid some landmines.
I've talked to you. That's all they need to do is talk to you.
Hey, and I will always talk to folks. They're like, I don't know what to watch, but I will help you out because trust me, I don't want you to watch something really strange that turns you off of it forever. So, yes,
Yeah, one of my friends actually got led down a really sus path that led into hentai, and I had to explain to him that this is not. While this
it's
might
not
look
all
like
like this.
anime,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, no, this is not. You go to Blue Exorcist, to go to Fate Stay Night. This is where you want to be.
Hell, go to Fairy Tale for all I care. Like, please,
Fairy Tale,
just
something. I love Fairy
man.
Tale. Natsu, I
Oh
want to
no.
share my fish with somebody.
See, I was a Rave Master kid. The Rave Master came before uh the Fairy Tale, and I'm like, that's fine. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah.
Fairy Tale is just that one oh gosh, I'm forgetting her name. In the very beginning, that blonde chick, she was so fucking annoying. Oh my god.
Oh no. I could see her. I can see her face. So I know who you're talking about. But yeah,
Yeah.
Fairy Tale wasn't really my whole jam. But it's like I get why people like it. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
oh, and I would also recommend Death Note. Oh my god, would I recommend Death Note? Oh,
Death Note is one I would recommend sophomore year for folks. Yeah.
yes. Not beginner. Oh no, not beginners. Because
Although
that
you believe it or not, there's so many
yeah.
people who really do get into it, and they're like, "Oh my god!" So in either they're like, "This is weird and dumb," or they're like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever." I'm like, it's listen, it's very good for what it is, but relax.
Yes, but that's the thing too. If we're like philosophically, it has some strong suiting points. But I really love the unhingedness of what was it? Not Ryuk. What was his name?
Like,
Not Light. His ghost that follows him around.
oh yeah, Ryuk, the Shinigami, Ryuk.
Oh, Ryuk. Okay, yeah, okay. I didn't know if I got his name right or not. But yeah, Ryuk was probably one of the most unhinged, amazing characters in that anime, and like it was so interesting to me to see a character that is like Yagami, who is willfully choosing violence over everything just in a power control. Like just a power trip 100%. And the weird part is like whenever I watch certain animes, you can tell like the morally great characters and everything. I genuinely felt bad for him because he was choosing violence instead of like everything that has been laid out for him.
I mean, and I also feel like he was definitely being manipulated a little bit, but there's some nuances we could go into.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, we could even do an entire podcast just on anime alone.
Oh,
Like seriously.
past life I did, but no, yeah, like I can talk about anime all day, like genuinely.
It's finally time to start it. Gojo is just me, like just point blank. Like he is a wonderful character. People were romancing. I think it was Sakura, the transformed version of him, not the transformed version of him, like the regular like kid version of him. And I'm thinking, you guys know that's a child, right? Just putting that out there. You know that is a child, that teenager.
Yeah, that's one of the traps of shonen. These are children.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just
Hmm.
like people really show their true colors when you ask them, "Who do you ship in Jujutsu guys?" And then they pick the child. I'm just like, wrong answer. Oh my god! But one of the last topics I want to get into this podcast with you is discussing overall what you have going on for next year, if you can talk about it.
Um, so a lot of it, I guess I can talk about it because I'm actually, funny enough, I'm glad you asked. So thanks for asking. Um, I'm actually getting back into my content creation bag for the first time since my first kid was born. So what, almost 4 years I took off basically. Because I was like, I'm dad now. This is what I'm doing. And so like it's my favorite job. I love being a dad. But I was like, I missed making content sometimes. And so I'm like, I think it's time for me to kind of ease myself back into it. And so with the announcement of a new Divinity, like I said, my Twitch streaming career kind of took off with Divinity Original Sin 2. It's like so I know a lot about Divinity Original Sin 2. So I might get back into that. Who knows? Just because like I enjoy it a lot, and now we get to find out what they're gonna do with another Divinity game, which I still can't believe that they're going back to, but I'm so glad they are. But no, I got a lot of content I want to get into. There's a lot of things that I'm like, you know what? I feel like it's nice to have a positive voice in the space, and I would like to be one of the additional positive voices in the space again, because I feel like there's always plenty of negativity. That's just a given on the internet. So I would love to be a voice that is there to add to the I enjoy this and I am passionate about it, and I want to make sure that I am sharing that with other people who are passionate and also care about these things. Not to say that we ignore the things that are bad, but just to we talk more loudly about the things that are good and that we enjoy. So
It's not toxic positivity. It's just
this,
regular
yeah,
old like, let's be
I
positive
enjoy
about
a
things,
thing.
but understand.
Really, it's more of a I enjoy a thing. Do you enjoy this
Exactly.
thing? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Exactly. I agree.
But nothing specific other than that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna probably start posting more content just in general. I think it's finally time for me to get back on my YouTube stuff, which that's been so long. I've almost basically forgotten how to do it, but it's time to relearn. So why not? But you'll still be able to catch me on Twitch and on TikTok. So, um, nothing specific, but definitely expect more video game content just in general from my corner in it again because I'm excited to get back into it. Truly.
I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you. That is so exciting, and it just means so much to see you just doing what you love, whether it's being a dad or content creation or just all of the above, because like you are setting the example that your kids are going to see of where maybe they'll want to get into content creation someday, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, one day they're going to find out like the internet and that I was on the internet, and that's going to be a whole thing. That don't. That I'm like, I can't wait, but also like, you know what? That maybe they don't need to find out that I was on the internet. Who knows? Oh my god, this is what my dad was like as a person. Oh no, he's way nicer on the internet than he was to us.
Excuse me. I
That's what
can't
I
go
worry
back to
about.
sleep.
One day I just the one of them was gonna kick on my door. You were funny, is what I expected. That's what I
That's
expect to get
amazing.
from one of them one day.
Oh my god. No, it's so interesting though because it's just like, they are in the process of learning how to be people and existing and everything, and then one day they're going to just be like, dad has another life? Why didn't we know about this? We just know him as Dad.
You were a person?
His name is Ray?
Oh, they'll never know that. If I could have my way.
It's
They'll
like,
never know
just
my real...
imagine the audacity that one of them will have, and they'll just call you by your legal name, and then it's just like, my name is Dad to you, all right, little one?
It's like, if you ever seen, you've seen Akuma's rage art, I'm gonna show you real quick.
You want me to take down my blindfold just like Gojo? You don't. You don't.
So we'll see. I mean, because it was the moment where I was the oldest. She said Dad instead of Daddy, and I go, "What? Since when?"
That's
oh
adorable.
Boy, here we go. So
it's
yes.
starting. It starts.
Yes.
Little Simba is learning how to speak to Mufasa.
It's terrifying. I'm like, oh well. I don't know where you heard that, but yeah, that you can call me Dad. Do I like it? No.
And then they're going to be like, listen, sir.
Oh no! Then at that point, it's like, all right, it's time for you to go. All right,
it's time for the talk. It's either Dad, Daddy, or Father.
Listen,
if you get angry,
because I am not your grandfather. You do not call me sir.
Right? Okay.
You can call your grandfather sir, but do not call me Dad.
I called my dad that as a joke one time. I was like, "Okay, sir," and he was like, "That's my father. What are you doing calling me that?"
Mm-hmm. Sir is my father's name. Yes.
Legally, actually.
Would be in a weird different life, probably. Knowing that guy.
I gotta think about it this way though. My dad's dad was born in the 1920s, so it would be like Bone Shire Wellington III.
That's true. Oh man!
I granted thee permission to go outside and play with those toys.
It's almost at the round table. That's wild. Oh man!
It's getting to that time of night. My brain is going into complete mush. Oh, that was what you have a friend over? That was shall not play till you have written on your crossbow.
Have you cleaned thine chambers?
Nay.
Well,
all the boots with the fur. You've worked with
get thee to thine chambers and clean them to my liking, please. Oh my goodness.
Clean thy dustpot, you witch. Oh, my stomach. Wait, what? I meant to say stomach. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, on that note, I'm going to say what I'm up to next year.
Yeah, yes. What art thou up to in the future?
Taoist me is shit hath hit the fan. If... I mean, it's so weird because it's like I have an entire, actually no, I have an entire fucking list that I had to itemize in order for content that's going to go out. So lots of podcasts upcoming for this channel, because this is mainly the podcast channel, The Gamers Respite. On my main channel, Huggable Hipster, we are actually closing in almost on 5,000 subscribers, which is incredible, you guys. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun to be able to see. I'm hoping that this year we can hit 4,800, because we are getting very, very close to that point. But yes, so I have an entire series on my main channel for Night Rain coming out. Lore videos. Co-oping, hopefully getting some more friends on there. That'll be really, really awesome. If you haven't played Night Rain, you should. It's fucking amazing. So I have an entire getting through it in one piece guide for Dark Souls 2, 3, Elden Ring, and Demon Souls, going to be coming out next year. It's gonna be a lot, but it's gonna be fun because you guys can see just how chaotic you can be in all of those games. And also there's going to be coverage on New Game Plus 7 for Elden Ring as a whole, because whenever we think of New Game Plus 7, we think of something really intimidating in Elden Ring, when I can show you it doesn't really have to be that way. And then we're gonna go into my members only playthrough for Wuchang Fallen Feathers, a history, Chinese lore, all that kind of stuff is going to go out. And then the very first video that is going to hit in January 1st of 2026 is So You're Starting Hollow Knight, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a beginner's guide for that.
That's going to be amazing. So yeah, you've got a pretty stacked path forward.
Not only that, I have my work with IGN, so I'm going to be doing like the freelance work and everything. So hopefully, you guys are going to be seeing lots of stuff from me in regards to IGN freelance work and everything like that coming very soon in the new year. Which this is the year that also Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
Is it?
In November.
Is it?
I'm sticking with it. Ray, I'm sticking with it. It's gonna come out.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
You know what? That's what I said about Vampire the Masquerade, and I was let down.
I know. I think we're still gonna like GTA 6 though, so I'm not worried about that.
But yes, I'm very, very excited to get into all the different kinds of content that's going to be out. My stream schedule on my main channel is still set for every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. EST, where we will be diving into, finally, Silk Song, because if I'm not masochist enough, so we gotta continue on, and I'm very excited to see the story of that and dive into the review. I'm also looking very much forward to doing other lore guides for Elden Ring. I platinumed the game last year, and I was able to do several guides for that, so I cannot wait for you guys to see different game guides on Melania, to see different guides for like how to parry certain bosses. It'll be a really fun time, so thank you guys for going over there, subscribing, checking out the content, and Ray's content is going to be down in the description below, so you guys can check him out and be there day one when he posts more stuff that's coming out in the new year. So very excited about that. But you guys, thank you all so much for being here. Ray, thank you so much for being on this podcast. It was a wonderful journey.
Again, thank you so much for the invite. Thank you for thinking of me. If the people are like, man, that guy talks weird, I'm getting back into the swing of things. Don't worry. Don't worry, y'all. But no, I appreciate you so much for thinking of me and asking me to come and do this, because I love to talk about video games and anime, as you heard. So yeah, thank you. This was wonderful. I really enjoyed this.
Of course, I'm really, really glad. And you guys, if you all like our faces and what we do, please be sure to subscribe, hit that bell down below, and may your coffee treat you well and life give you a nat 20. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, you guys.